Oh, now it looks spooky. All right, well, today I wanted to actually just do a tutorial for you guys on how to play piano, at least to the level that I'm at, which is mostly by ear. It would take me a long time to play something that was on sheet music and a lot of practice. But I have a basic, similar to how you probably know a guitar player or two that just pulls up the tabs on the app. Um, Pookie Bear, welcome. It's good to see you. Hey, you want to learn some piano today? Because that's what we're doing. So, when it comes to learning by ear, some of it kind of comes naturally if you're musically gifted. Other pieces of it, you're gonna have to really like learn. If you haven't picked up an instrument before, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. Where I tend to start though is the scales. So I'm going to start with the C major scale because it's the easiest of all of them. It's all white notes. It sounds natural to your ear if you grew up in the United States and you're used to our music. So it's going to start out on the C. I can show you a C. I don't know if you can see the C, ironically, but this is the C. So it goes A, B, C. C is here, and then D, E, F, G, A. So there's 7 notes. We're going to start with the C major scale, so it just starts with the C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And you notice I kind of tucked my thumb under my third finger just to make it even. If we were doing 2 to octaves, I would go under again with my thumb. And over with my fourth on the way down. But yeah, so that's the C major scale, and I'm only going to show you that one. Obviously, there's a D major scale. Oh, less Christmassy that time. Obviously, there's a D major scale as well. And an E major. But there's only 13 notes, so there's only 13 major scales. And once you get one of them, and you start to understand what people will call the circle of fifths, you're going to start to understand all of them. So what am I doing? What does it mean to play like a chord? Hello, Saul Edits. What does it mean to play a chord? So a chord is going to be the 1, 3, 5, and potentially the 7, potentially the octave. So the octave would mean I'm playing the C on top here. That's the octave. A chord, it could be anything. You'll hear 6 chord, 7 chord, octave, major, minor, suspended course or sus chords. What's diminished chords? Diminished chords sound a little bit evil, a little bit ugly, but they resolve very well. So diminished chord. And then suspended chords, they sound suspended to you naturally because they're like that. So a whole bunch of you just joined. My first advice, if you're trying to learn piano for the first time, is to play the C major scale. It's going to teach you a lot more than you think. So that's going to be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Do, mi, re, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. All white keys, all starting at C. C is this one. You see 2 black notes, it's the one to the left. Once you learn that, I want you to play it again with the left hand. Actually, you're not even there yet. You're not even there yet. You're just gonna start left hand and right hand independent of one another. Hello, Patricia Ramirez, and welcome. Now, this is key. This is key. And you're going to have to rewatch this probably. But after you've played the C, the G is not that hard. So you're just going to have... You're just going to go... A G is going to be this note. I'm going to show you the note. I'm going to show you the note, guys. Just so you can follow along, or if you're going to rewatch this. All of these are G's. Again, there's only 13 notes. Only 13 notes. All right, so once you know the C chord and the G, I picked G because it's the easiest one other than C. It's only got one. It's got this F sharp. So instead of playing an F here, it's going to sound wrong. Ew. That's not correct. You're going to play the F sharp. So sharp means the black notes in this case, in this key. So C, that's C major, and then G. So those are two of the easiest, they are the two easiest major chords to play in. So what I'm doing when I'm playing a C major chord, or a C major, or a G major chord, I'm playing the 1. Oftentimes I'm playing the 3. So 1, 2, 3. I'm playing the 5, 4, 5. So 1, 3, 5. Do, mi, sol. I can turn that into an octave. Do, mi, sol, do. Do. I can turn that into a 7. Turn it into a 6. Now, here's where it gets fun. So, if I want to play a minor key, this is crazy. This is gonna boggle your mind. But all I do is take that 3. Remember, 1, 2, 3. If I want it to take it from major to minor, I'm gonna take that 3rd and I'm gonna move it just a half step down. Now, a half step means that I'm gonna go, in this case, on this black note. My 3 is an E. I'm going to do what's an E flat. Or in this key, a D sharp instead of that E. So very interesting, very grimacing. You can play some really cool songs with this. That's enough of that. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to learn G, G minor, same thing. So in this key, we got 1, 3, 5, do, mi, sol, do, if I want to do the octave. But because we have that F sharp on top, if we want to do the 7, it's going to be. Minor. So we're going to take the third, which the 3rd in G is actually going to be an A sharp. So we're going to go from that really nice sounding G chord to a G minor. Ooh. I like G minor a lot too. It's actually probably one of my favorite chords. That's start to, if you wanted to play Hall of Fame. You could do Pirates of the Caribbean. What else? Love Song by Sarah Bareilles. All in G minor, actually, to start. There are plenty of other songs, but we won't get to that yet. So once you have C major, G major, and this is why I taught you minor. This is important. We're going to do A minor. A minor, also all white notes. So if we do C major, G major, and I taught you the concept of minor because it's important on C and G, but don't even think about that right now. All you need to think about is A minor. So A major, you're going to notice it sounds good. Also a beautiful key. But I wanted to teach you A minor and why it was the way that it was. One of the most common minor chords. It's the intro to, what's his name? Bruno Mars, When I Was Your Man. Same bed, but it feels just a little bit bigger now. That one, yep. So, why did I teach you A minor? It just starts on A, C, E, and if you want to do the octave and you have big hands, you can do another A on top of there. So we have right now C major, G, A minor. And then the last one is going to be F. So it's going to be F, A, C. F, A, C. F is all the way down here. If you can see these notes, all of these are F. It's by the three notes, the three black notes, and to the left, if you're new. Yeah, I'm trying to teach the penguin guy. So, if we're playing by chords, the easiest 4 chords to learn that make a cohesive song, and I will tell you can play probably 75% of Taylor Swift songs with just these 4 chords. Now, I get fancy and I try to do the actual key of songs, or try to add some spunk or some funk or some jazz. But if you're new, this is like a fantastic way to get started. So, C major, G, just like we talked about, A minor, F major. If you want to get funky and you want to do some Paul McCartney, straight to the F. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. So you can do let it be. You can do. We were both young when I first saw you. Close my eyes and the flashback start. I'm standing there on the balcony in summer air. See the lights, see the party, the ball gown. Wave through the crowds and say hello. Little did I know. What else can you play this way? Oh, this is Heart and Soul too. So a lot of people actually know this naturally. If you grew up playing piano with your dad and you were the lower harmony. All different variations of these chords. So, we're going to just do a review here. We want to start with the C major chords so that you understand all of the white notes. And all of these notes are going to sound good no matter where you really play them. Now, it'll sound better if you play them in a nice rhythm. But with all of these chords. But you'll learn how to be intentional with what sound you're trying to create. That's me not thinking and kind of creating a melody. So C major chord, G major chord, scale, sorry, into an A minor. You don't need to play it all the way up the octave like that. Just the 1, 3, 5. It's perfect. Just your one first finger, thumb, middle finger, pinky. And then F. All right, I cheated there. I went down to the E. So that's the E minor. Yeah, E major. Sorry. Now, what do you do if you don't know if a note is going to be major or minor? You just play the 1 and the 5. Star Wars, do, sol. What else can you play with this? If you start with F, you can play, a lot of people ask me to play this all the time. The Cornfield Chase from Interstellar. So your right hand's going to play an A, and then it's just going to go straight to the 5th. And then it's just going to be the 2 and the 5. Three and the 5, 2 and the 5. Oh, sorry, 3 and the 5, 4 and the 5. And we already learned all the chords here. It's just an F major. If you want to spice it up, you can do some of that. G major, A minor. And then you can go back to the G major. Sometimes I like to go up to the C when I'm finishing it. But, ready? Once you put it together, so ready? And then, because I have giant hands, I'm going to go an entire octave and make it just sound a little bit spicier. But it's still the same. F, G, A, G. And I'm breaking up the chord. Eventually that'll just fall natural to you, but C, E, C, D, C, D, D, E. Sorry, it's D, E. D, E, D, D, E. B, boom. All white notes. Really matters to your ear where you start. Okay, now I made it minor because making it minor makes it sad. So that's when you want to just incorporate some minor into it. All jazz is people making up chord progressions that fit the moment. And then playing like a nice melody. So once we have our majors, once we have our minors, the next thing I want to teach you, and this is one of my favorite tricks, and I was just doing it a lot, is the 7. So we talked about the octave. It's 1, 3, 5, 8. Bum, 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 bum. It's what you're used to. So do, mi, sol, do. We're going to go to T, which is our 7 note. So do, mi, sol, ti. Do, mi, sol, ti. This is the, think of Stranger Things. Yeah, that kind of thing. can do that for any of these chords that we just talked about. So 1, 3, 5, 7, and then we can go down to the D, same thing. All right, so technically there's 2 7s for a G. I forget what the difference is between them, but I'll get that in another video. Then just 7 of an A minor actually. This is A minor 7. So there's major 7s and there's minor 7s, and then we have F7. So if we were to do just our generic C7, G7, 8/7, F7, and we're gonna be able to play a lot of songs with this. Thinking of Superman by I don't think that's Five for Fighting, but it sounds kind of like them. But a lot of jazz. So we have F7. And if you literally just keep your hands just like that, I play this all the time. This is like the first thing I do when I get on a piano, just to feel the weight of the piano. I just take all of the same notes down 1 step, down 1 more step. So now we're in D minor 7, A minor, G major. To get a happy feeling, anything major is going to give you a happy feeling. Minor is going to be sad. Anything suspended sounds like inspiring to me. So if you want it to be like the end of a movie credits where there was a happy ending, you do a suspended. So suspended chord is going to be the 1, 4, 5. And I wish somebody had taught me this. I kind of just played enough piano and then found out, oh, that's the name for what that thing is. And then it resolves very nicely into the 1, 3, 5. On the other token of that, we have our diminished chords, and that's going to be you take your 3, and you take your 5, and you go down 1/2 step for each of them. It sounds very ugly, very crunchy, but it is used a great deal, especially in classical music. So you see this in a lot of the like old horror movies. So if you want like a scary or a creepy feeling, that's where you'd probably go with the diminished chords. But then you can fix it. So all I'm doing is really playing chords and then figuring out the melody by ear when it comes to that. So I hope that helps you to get a grasp. Obviously, that was a very way oversimplified version, but I think if you just follow those steps, you learn the chords, you learn the C major chord, G major chord, A minor chord, F major chord. You're going to be able to play a lot of songs, a lot of music. You can transpose a lot of music into those 4 keys or those 4 chords. And so I happy hunting after this. Also makes for cool finishes. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. God bless, go Hokies, and all that jazz.